many kids in our world think they can't make a difference and can't affect change. But they're wrong. They can. My goal is to use my experience in working to solve the Asian carp problem as a model for how you might change things that you see are wrong or need healing in the world. For me, it all began in my 5th grade class project in leadership and philosophy. My teacher challenged me to find an area in which I would make a difference and a project I would actually do. So if you're a kid and you want to make a difference, think about how you want to make a difference. Once you have your topic and you know what you want to do about it, think about why it is a problem and what you can do about it. So when my teacher assigned this project, I immediately thought of the Asian carp. Why are the Asian carp a problem in Michigan? It's pretty simple. They're big and they don't belong here. They were brought to fish farms in the South in the 1970s to clean ponds of algae. But in the 1990s, floods released these fish into our natural waterways. They are an invasive species that has the potential to devastate our Great Lakes. Not only will this damage our ecosystem, this will hurt our economy. This problem requires action, and I was ready to do something about it. It's pretty simple to become an activist. If there are things that you can't do because you're a kid, adults are always happy to help. Adults also know a lot about what's going on in the world, so ask them about issues that they feel are important or need to be healed. I've always enjoyed political activism and getting involved. When I was 6, my dad felt strongly that the U.S. should do something about the terrible fighting and killing of innocent people in Darfur, a region in Sudan, which is in Africa. When he told me what was going on there, I knew we had to do more. So I took postcards and I put stamps in them. And I addressed them to President Bush. Then I gave them to each of my teachers to send. I realized then that I liked the feeling that our actions could affect change. When I first decided that I wanted to become an activist, I was under the impression that it would take a lot of connections and resources. After talking with family and friends, I learned that to become an activist, it only took 5 key concepts, which are summarized by Stanley Campbell on his website, 12 Steps on How to Be an Activist, and 5 of them applied to me. Number 1, speak out about an issue. I spoke out about the Asian carp issue by creating a written and online petition, as well as being in newspapers and on the radio. Number 2, find the officials in charge. I talked to Congressman Gary Peters, the representative for Oakland County, Michigan, who is also trying to stop the Asian carp from getting into our Great Lakes. Number 3, use resources like libraries and the media to educate yourself. I did tons of research on the Asian carp online. I used the facts I found to explain what the Asian carp are and why they are so bad. For example, the fact that the Asian carp have to eat 40% of their body weight a day to survive, and they can grow to weigh as much as 100 pounds, means that they need so many fish that they could threaten the survival of our entire Great Lakes. Number 4, use the media. I used the media when the radio show The Takeaway called to interview me. I'll tell you more about that in a bit. Number 5, encourage people to get up from their television sets and make the world a better place. You don't have to use the Asian carp. Go to DoSomething.org for other projects like Summer in the City, an organization to improve Detroit, or Feed the Need, which is a food drive. So I shared the story of the Asian carp and the need to take action with my class. And I thought of starting a petition to send to government officials. I went from class to class and presented and collected signatures, which took a lot of work, but was interesting and educational because I got other kids involved and interested. And I thought that I had done my part and the project was over, but then the Detroit News heard about what I was doing and wrote an article about my project. Next thing you know, environmental lobbying groups are calling school, asking if they can help get the word out. I realized that there had to be another way to get more signatures, and my friend told me about Change.org. That night, I set up my online petition to collect even more signatures from people across our community, the region, the country, and the world. As I said, the more ways you get the word out about your project, the more chances you'll have that others will notice. At 6:30 the next morning, a producer from a national radio show, The Takeaway, called to interview me. Now, even more people know about this real problem. Since then, more newspapers have called, and another lobbying group from Lake Michigan has sent out the petition to their entire group. I have watched this project grow in such a short amount of time, and I'm so encouraged by how eager people are to help. And I'm sure you will be too. Once you have worked as hard as you can, take your message and help to the highest point that you can. Here's my hope. With the support of all those who have signed my petition, I will soon travel to Washington, D.C. to personally bring this problem to our President and to our Congress. Here's my goal, that the Asian carp don't make it past the Illinois River, and our beautiful and historic Great Lakes stay safe. I know the EPA is already working to solve this problem, but more can and must be done. And that is why I will keep working on this issue, even after my school project is long complete. You can help and continue to make the world a better place by fighting for something that you feel needs to be healed in the world, because all our voices count.
What you want, baby, I got it. What you need, you know I got it.